So I'm about to go to the gym and I'm gonna record this video on the way there. But coming back, it might be a little interesting trying to get up my driveway. We had a little bit of snow last night, so path has been cleared. My brother left for school earlier this morning, so see how this goes. Alright, what's going on, guys? So last month I made a couple of videos of my 350Z, and in a couple of them I think I briefly mentioned the fact that I am kind of getting ready to move on from this car. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I've had it for about 2 years now, a little bit more than that, and it's more or less just the fact that I've kind of outgrown the performance of it, and it's gotten a little bit boring. But I really didn't go into any kind of depth as to like what my plan was and like what the timeline was as to when this would happen and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I wanted to discuss in this video. So basically, something that kind of popped up in my life that set this decision in stone was that I decided to study abroad with my school next year. And I'll talk about that a little bit more when the time gets closer, but basically I'm going to be gone from July to November. That's going to be my first semester this upcoming school year. So I'm going to be gone for those 3 months, so the car is not going to be driven while I'm gone. So I would get back in November, and if I had the car, I would drive it, weather permitting, probably for like a month until it gets too cold and snowy, and then it would sit again for December, January, February, and most of March. And obviously, financially that just doesn't make much sense because it would be depreciating in value. It wouldn't be driven at all, obviously. So it would just be getting no use, and we would downgrade it obviously on the insurance policy, so it wouldn't be costing as much money with insurance. But you can't just completely take a car off insurance if it's still in your possession. I don't even think that's legal, and it's not smart obviously because it's going to be in the garage, so something could happen to it. What if the house burns down or something? So you still have to keep it on the insurance policy, so it would still be costing a lot of money in insurance. It would depreciate in value, so it doesn't really make any sense to keep it. And another reason why it makes perfect sense to sell it right before I leave is because it's a convertible, and as I said, I'm leaving in July, so if I sell it in like June or July, then obviously that's the best time of the year to sell a convertible. One other thing is I also got an internship in Boston for the summer, so I'm going to be driving it even less and less because I'm going to take the train in. It's just not worth the hassle with the traffic and parking and that kind of stuff in the city. So that's really the timeline for selling it. It's going to be this summer in like June or July, and if I have to borrow like one of my parents' cars for a month or something, then that's fine. I'm obviously lucky to be able to do that. Now that obviously brings forth the question of what I'm going to get when I get back, and that is dependent on a lot of things. I mean, obviously it depends on how much money I have, and that really comes down to how much I sell this car for. Also depends on how much money I make before I leave. I have another 6 months before I leave, so I'm going to make as much money as possible then. And it also depends on how much money I spend when I'm abroad, because I'm obviously going to want to be out doing things, having fun. And the place that I'm going to, I'm not going to reveal it yet. I will say more on that later, but it is pretty expensive there. And I've done a little math out on paper, just like, if I spend this amount of money while I'm gone, if I sell my car for this amount of money, how much will I have? And based on what I've figured out, I should have enough to get something that's pretty similar to this, if not a little bit better, and better subjective, obviously. But what I'm trying to get at is that I'm not going to be like broke when I come back or anything like that. So I should have enough to get something pretty cool that I can make some videos on, and that I will actually enjoy driving. And like I said, what that's going to be, it really just depends on if I want to get something that's like newer and maybe a little bit less sporty, or if I get something similar to this that's a little bit older, a little bit less convenient, but a lot more fun to drive. Like I said, when that time gets closer, I will kind of give you guys some more information on that kind of stuff. And I will probably make another video like listing out all the different cars that I'm considering, because there are a bunch, honestly. That's it for this video though, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, please subscribe if you haven't already. Take care. Have a nice day.